You say, as you go on your way, that's entertainment.
Hello and welcome to Real Live Entertainment. Today we're going to talk about a new subject for us, a television series. It's an HBO series that started last season and the new season has just begun. It's called The Newsroom, and it's about a cable news network. Looks real to me. And it was written by Aaron Sorkin, who writes television shows and movies, and I think is a brilliant writer. He wrote West Wing, if you remember that one. And this one stars Jeff Daniels as the head news anchor and Emily Mortimer as the chief producer. It also has a wonderful cast of actors that you probably will recognize. Sam Waterston is Jeff Daniels' boss, Charlie. And Jane Fonda is the president of the network. She's not a nice lady. And then there's Marcia Gay Harden, who is, they've just brought her on as the lawyer for all of the news people on that network. It's a well-written, very interesting, wonderfully acted show, and I would really recommend it to anyone who gets HBO on their television. It's on, I believe on a Sunday evening. It's so relevant and so newsworthy that this series started with the group that started Occupy Wall Street, where they wanted to get all the bankers that had caused the monetary crash and make sure that they paid for what they did. They also talk about drones. They also talk about the things that you read in the paper every day. And so it's very relevant, it's very up to date. In fact, the only thing I object to about it is that all the people talk like young people today talk, which is very fast. And that's one of Aaron Sorkin's kind of trademarks. His people, in his characters, in his movies and in his television series, they speak very quickly, and you have to listen very intently or you're going to miss something. So maybe we can see a few scenes from this episode of The Newsroom.
My name's Steven. I'm a junior, and my question's for Will McAvoy.
As a news anchor, you've almost religiously avoided stating a political allegiance. The Jay Leno of news anchors. You're popular because you don't bother anyone. How do you feel about that? Are you willing to say whether you lean right or left?
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
I'm not letting you go back to the airport without answering the question. I want a human moment from you. Why is America
not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer. You, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. We're 7th in literacy, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what you're talking about. Yosemite?
Will, what's going on?
I think people noticed.
It'll be viral by morning.
You made enemies out of right-wing radio, a lot of negative press.
I'm a registered Republican. I only seem liberal because I believe that hurricanes are caused by high barometric pressure and not gay marriage.
You're spinning out of control. You're terrified you're going to lose your audience. You're one pitch meeting away from doing the news in 3D.
You're enabling an ass. You ever notice men only ever do stupid things for one reason?
We do stupid things for a lot of reasons.
You've got a crush on this girl.
You told me to. And no, I don't.
We're jumping a sinking ship.
You had a brand!
We're going to do a good news show and make it popular at the same time.
What could possibly go wrong?
Good evening, I'm Will McAvoy.
Can you move your BlackBerry off the desk?
Make sure everybody knows this is what blowing it looks like.
Get it together down there.
He's trying to do good, and he's risking a lot to do it.
We're coming to a tipping point.
Why is this happening?
He's going to tone it down, or I'm going to fire him.
I was fighting the good fight.
How's it going so far?
Progress is slow, but I'm in it for the long haul.
So if you like what you just saw, and I was never really a big fan of Jeff Daniels, but he's wonderful in this, and you kind of get to really like him. He's a guy who is supposed to be a conservative, who's now kind of changed his mind about talking the party line, and he decides he's going to be telling the truth. And that's what makes it a little bombastic and very interesting. He's an interesting character who has been dumped by his girlfriend who cheated on him. And that's that's different, because usually it's the woman that gets cheated on in these series, but not in this one. So try to see Adam Sorkin's The Newsroom. And it didn't get great reviews, and I don't understand why, because I loved it. I loved it last season, and I like it again now. So try it. Maybe you'll like it too. For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kugelman, and thank you for joining me today with this television review of The Newsroom.
You say, as you go on your way, that's entertainment.